Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? I hope so, baby. Let's talk about a few things that I've been seeing come across my social media, right? So we're gonna start with this Houston rodeo, baby. What do y'all not have on at this here rodeo? Cause the people over on the Clock app are tired of y'all. They say a lot of you women have lost your minds. They want to know how much attention do you need that you will pull up at a family event with your clappers and your girls hanging out all over the place. The people say it started with the pajamas and the bunnies. They feel like once y'all got into that stop telling women what to wear, stop trying to police our bodies era, that's when y'all lost all your respect and morals. You got dudes making videos talking about stop hating, let these women let all that hang out, cause them the ones we just gonna run through anyway. We'll never take one of them to marry. One lady said the reason y'all leaving out the house half clothed is because you were raised by side chicks. And I was like, ooh, that's that's serious right there, ma'am. A couple of the comments even said, you know how it go when we start going places, the value goes down because some of us don't know how to act. They said pay attention to a neighborhood when it go from mortgages to rent. And some of us move in, the value go down, yards messy, blinds broken, music blasting. When I tell you, the folks are heated about this rodeo and the women showing up like they were auditioning for the pink. One girl even told the girls to go get a job at one of the adult clubs down there, baby. I don't know nothing about it. Did y'all go to the rodeo? Let me know what the girls had on, child. And to continue with the rodeo, they are also going in on Miss Tina and her gumbo. Some people said it was good, others didn't like it. There were videos where folks were claiming to have gotten sick. They felt like it was too hot to be serving gumbo. Others said they weren't eating it because they heard Miss Tina was a witch. I was like, a witch? Okay. Folks talking about she took y'all's soul because Miss Tina said that her gumbo was good for the soul. And other people was like, well, y'all don't say that about soul food. Others said they were scared to eat it because what gumbo takes 16 to 18 hours to cook. Talking about that's why they don't eat from everybody. And half of y'all eat out every day or every other day. You ain't worried about who in the back cooking in. Other folks mad because they say she's a billionaire and they don't understand why she over there selling plates. They're going back and forth about whether she's truly from Louisiana. They asking where's the roux, talking about real gumbo has oil floating at the top. They complained about the price. The regular gumbo was $23 and the seafood gumbo was $25. Other people were in the comments saying everything at the rodeo is high. I've never been to the rodeo, so child, I don't know. Have y'all been hearing, what the folks been saying about Miss Tina and her gumbo? Did you go to the rodeo? Did you get some gumbo? Let me know what you think. Okay. Now let's catch a flight over here with Southwest. Or maybe not. The way these videos have been back to back with folks being highly upset about the different changes going on over there with Southwest. Videos about the new size for carry-on luggage. One lady said the gate agent measured her bag and it met the 24 by 16 by 10. However, when she got on her connecting flight, which was a newer Southwest plane, the size of the overhead was 22 by 14 by 9. So she had to pay an additional $209. A couple of customers were charged an additional $400 just off of the agents looking at their size before allowing them to even sit in the seat to see if they can fit in it. Like they said they never had that issue before ever flying. One lady was told that she was wide at the bottom and they suggested that she purchased another seat. There was a lady who said Southwest canceled her flight because she wouldn't purchase a second seat. I saw a guy a few minutes ago who said that he flies all the time. He flies priority, but this time the desk clerk told him that he was too big to fly on the plane without purchasing a second seat. She said she was just concerned about the safety of the people who would have to sit beside him. Like, baby, that's a lot. You had somebody else say that they felt like Sheila on Why Did I Get Married? Have y'all been hearing about all this stuff going on with Southwest? Do y'all fly Southwest? Y'all big travelers. I ain't a big traveler. Have y'all experienced this? Let me know, baby. Now let's go on over here to Target. And I see that Pastor Jamal Bryant came out and said that the Target fast was over. As soon as he came out and said it, news outlets took it and ran with it. The people say, we don't know nothing about that fast, but we as a collective say that boycott is still alive and kicking, so they don't want Target to be over there popping no champagne because Pastor Jamal doesn't speak for everybody. The 92% is reminding y'all that the black women started it and ain't nobody budging until some things change over there at Target. Now, when I was listening to what Pastor Jamal was talking about and the 3 things he said that Target agreed on, I was like, but this really not new. And we're going to get into 2 articles real quick, one from 2025 and one from 2022. Okay. So in this article by Aaron Aubrey from September 10th, 2025, it says, as that man over there that's in the office began officially discrediting wokeness, Target quickly abandoned the $2 billion commitment it made in 2022 to increase black businesses' products and their representation in the stores. It also says the boycott takes its cues from the segregation era, quote, don't buy where you can't work, end quote. It took it from that campaign when black people urged each other not to spend money in stores that refused to hire them. The message this time around is more subtle, but still urgent. Don't spend where you aren't respected. It goes on to say Target's $2 billion pledge was not charity, but an acknowledgement of the debt corporate America has always owed black people. That's why Target's abrupt reneging on that debt feels so unacceptable to black organizations and consumers. Then in the May 10th, 2022 article from Target, which is titled Target Provides Update on Commitment to Spend $2 billion with Black-Owned Businesses and Announces New Media Fund Initiative, it says in 2021, Target pledged to invest $2 billion with Black-owned businesses by the end of 2025, including adding products across its multi-category assortment. Since then, the retailer has increased investments with Black-owned brands, companies, and suppliers by more than 50% compared to 2020 and more than doubled Black-owned brand product offerings with representation across every major product category. It said that their goal is to hit all of these things by the end of 2025, which were to invest more than $2 billion with Black-owned businesses, add products from more than 500 Black-owned brands, launch program to support Black-owned and diverse owners, invest 5% of annual media budget with Black-owned media by the end of 2022, and award more than $25 million in media to diverse owned and founded brands. So when it comes to Target and the boycott, listen, all I can say is shop where you want to shop where you have to shop. I can't tell you where to spend your money at. I'm not able to come and pick you up and take you further. Don't get frustrated by people who may get down under your comments and say, well, what were you doing at Target anyway? Why are you over there? Sometimes people have to shop what's closer to them. So I don't know. This will have to be a personal thing for each individual. Just do what you feel in your heart is best for you and your family. Like, that's all I can say. Let's go ahead and get to Lupita Nyong'o. So she has been sharing her story and life journey of having over 77 fibroids. So let's get into Lupita Nyong'o. She has been sharing her story and her life journey of having over 77 fibroids in her lifetime. 25 were surgically removed, but over 50 are still in her body. She shared a picture of her holding a basket of fruit, which represented the different sizes of fibroids she's had and the ones that she still have in her body. And unbeknownst to her, other women also posted pictures holding different fruits while sharing their experience with fibroids as well. And Lupita, she started MakeFibroidsCount.org to help with fibroid research. And having dealt with it for so long, she wanted to help make things happen as it related to treatment and treatment that's less invasive than having a hysterectomy, because that'd be the first thing that they say, well, I think you're going to have to get a hysterectomy. And she's trying to get funding for research that they can find alternative ways to help get rid of fibroids. And then we have Misty Copeland, Misty Copeland is walking again after undergoing hip surgery last year. She said during her final performance, she was in so much pain, but she compartmentalized it during the performance. But afterwards, she went to her doctor, and that's when she learned that she would have to have hip replacement surgery, and that was in December 2025. She had to learn how to walk again, rebuild her strength, and not only heal physically, but mentally and emotionally. Can you imagine going from a ballet dancer, a world-renowned ballet dancer, to you having to walk again? So I was so happy to see her reel that she posted where she went from a walker to a cane to being able to walk on her own. I thought that was beautiful. Then I saw where Bow-Legged Lou from the group Full Force, he shared that kid Christopher Reed from the group Kid and Play. He let him know how things were going with his new heart. Okay, so they were texting, just checking on each other. And he said that his new heart was working well. He was feeling better and he was working on new music. And he has a new song out now titled Tin Man. And it's about surviving the music industry. And as far as his heart, like back in July 2025, he finally decided to go to the emergency room after the symptoms that he chalked up to just, I'm just getting old, so that's probably why I feel like that. Once those symptoms started getting worse, he went to the emergency room. The doctors told him that it was more than he thought it was. It was congestive heart failure. So they put him on some medication, but when he went back for his follow-up, things had gotten even worse, which according to his doctor was unusual for swelling to come back that quickly for someone who had started treatment. They ran additional blood work and it showed that his heart failure was affecting other organs. And that's when he was rushed to the ICU and was told that he needed a heart transplant and that it was his only option because things were that critical at that time. And then 9 days later, he received a call that he had a heart and they put it in that night. He said he didn't take any of it lightly. To him, that was a gift and a blessing that he intended to respect and do right by. Like, that's really scary. To be thinking, oh, my shortness of breath, or I'm just feeling so tired. I think I'm going to take a nap. You're thinking that it's just old age, but it's actually your heart is failing you. That is scary. And I know a lot of times we don't want to go to the doctor because of things like we just be so scared what they're going to tell us, but we got to. All of us got to get better. I got to get better. Everybody got to get better with going to the doctor, man. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Let me know your thoughts on any of these topics and I'll talk to y'all later.